And now, let's welcome Murtaza Naidani with the speech, "A cookie can make or break a friendship."
In today's day and age, where most of our communications happens through screens and text, it's easy to lose sight in the power of small everyday interactions.
so much.
Sometimes a simple gesture, like sharing a cookie, can hold far more significance than we realize. It can bring people together, strengthen a bond, or even in some cases, create a misunderstanding that can drive friends apart. On the surface, a cookie may seem trivial, but it acts as a powerful symbol of how everyday interactions can influence our relationships. Within the broader theme of clarity and connection, it becomes a metaphor for the delicate balance of friendship, shaped by communication, empathy, and trust. A cookie is a common everyday snack, often overlooked as something ordinary, but in context of relationships, it symbolizes much more. The simple act of offering a cookie can represent kindness, care, and thoughtfulness. Just imagine a friend bringing you a homemade cookie after a long, hard day. It's not about the cookie itself, but about the fact that they were thinking about you, that they cared enough to try to make you feel better. This small gesture becomes a form of communication, a way of saying, "I'm here for you," without needing the words. It's a reminder that friendships often thrive on these seemingly minor actions, small tokens that carry great emotional weight. A break from a source of life where two people bond over something simple and sweet. However, like many aspects of relationships, the significance of a cookie depends on its context. For example, in some cases, what might seem like a thoughtful gesture to one person can be interpreted differently by another. If, for example, there's a group gathering where cookies are being shared, and one person is left out, the same symbol of care can turn into a source of tension. This is where the line between connection and disconnection starts to blur, highlighting how even small actions can have big impacts. So, how does something as simple as a cookie become so loaded with meaning? The answer lies in communication. Friendships, like any relationship, thrive on clear communication. Small tokens that carry great emotional weight, as I said before. Clear communications. Misunderstandings often happen not because of the action itself, but because of how the gesture is communicated and understood. Imagine a situation where you're on a diet, and your friend offers you a cookie out of politeness. You might feel uncomfortable, wondering if you should take the cookie out of politeness, or you might feel awkward rejecting the offer. Your friend, on the other hand, might feel hurt, thinking it's a rejection of their kindness, rather than understanding the reason behind it. The key to avoiding these small yet significant misunderstandings is by having open, clear conversations. If you simply explain to your friend that I'm on a diet and I really can't I'm trying to eat healthy right now, the potential tension is immediately diffused, and you can both maintain a positive connection between each other and avoid unnecessary conflict. So, in this way, a cookie becomes a symbol of something much bigger, the importance of communication in friendships. It's not the cookie itself that creates or destroys the bond, but rather how the gesture is communicated and understood. It becomes a symbol of something much deeper. It becomes a symbol of deeper emotional wounds or unmet expectations. This is where the idea of clarity comes back into play. When friends don't address small hurts or misunderstandings, they can grow into larger problems, creating conflicts that cannot be solved by even having open, honest conversations. So, what do we do? This is where the idea of clarity and connection comes into play. Both parties should be willing to sit and communicate openly about their ideas, about their feelings and tensions, about how they're feeling, their plans. In these cases, friendships, like any relationship, require maintenance. If small issues are left unaddressed, they can grow into larger problems. And ultimately, a cookie can indeed make or break a friendship. It's not the cookie itself that holds the power, but rather how it's communicated and understood. To cultivate lasting friendships, we must ensure that we can see both the small and the large moments, and we can ensure that the small issues aren't left unaddressed. And I'd like to end this with a quote: "It's better to light the candle than curse the dark. Communicate and always give a cookie."